Welcome back. I'm back. Technical difficulties last week did not get resolved, so I there are no guarantees in life. That's my policy. Done. Sorry, my hands are purple. I don't care. I redid my hair. I just don't want to go stand in line just to buy gloves. No. Grab a drink. This is a glass ice cube that I can just put in the freezer, freezes up, and then I just can use it as a stir stick and an ice cube at the same time. It's great. Makes my drinks cold and doesn't water down the gin. What do you want? Oh, we're gonna have a little cat intervention today. She's here and she's staring at me like a psycho. Today, I thought I'd talk to you about the things I love and hate about being left-handed. Coil books. Well, and getting the side of your hand all covered in ink. I mean, like, that is just inevitable, but yeah, coil books suck. And you can find smaller notebooks with no coils, but they're harder to find. And I mean, they're irritating, but you kind of just get used to adapting of like resting your hand on the coils or just they're there. I mean, binders suck balls. Just suck. So I don't use them. I don't write in them. I'm gonna take the paper out and then I'm gonna put it in after I'm done, because it's not worth the aggravation of trying to use a binder and write in it at the same time. It's just not gonna work out. Bread knives. I hate being ridiculed for the way that I cut bread. Because if I'm not thinking about how I'm cutting the bread, I will not cut it straight. Because a serrated knife is designed specifically with the serrations on the right side of the knife to counteract the pressure that you exert when you hold it with your right hand, pushing down. So the serrations go this way, your pressure going this way, forces a straight line. When you're left-handed, if you push the pressure towards the right, like you would with right hand, the serrations are on the right side, the bread is going to be slanty. Just this. So you have to sort of compensate. And you sort of have to angle the bread knife at like a, 85-degree angle just to like counteract the angle of the serrations on the knife to be able to cut straight. Yeah, you actually have to think about it when you're cutting bread. That's one thing I don't like about being left-handed. You have to think about it if you're cutting bread. And it sucks. Because that's not something I actually want to actively think about, is how to friggin' cut a slice of bread. Hi, baby. Do you want to pick up? Okay. Oh, you're so cute. She wants a cuddle. Another thing I don't like about being left-handed, and it's kind of stupid and silly, but I think it's funny, is loser from the 90s or 80s. Like, oh, that dates me. Doesn't work when you're left-handed because it's backwards. And you're just calling yourself a loser instead of the person that you're aiming at, because you don't remember to do it with your right hand. Because you're left-handed and you don't think like other people do, and it's not instinctive to use your right hand. I mean, I'm ambidextrous with some things, but apparently not calling people a loser. I can use a mouse with my right hand. I actually can't use a mouse with my left hand. It's defunct. I don't know. It's just so ingrained on how to use a mouse with my right hand. I can't use it with my left hand. Other things I am ambidextrous. I can eat with either hand. Tools made for left-handed people are very hard to come by. I only really have one tool that I have purchased, and it was not cheap. But I bought a left-handed vernier gauge because I like the smooth movement of being able to use it with my left hand, because my right hand, I can't move it as well. Like, I'm just, no, it's not working. This side. Lovely. So I have to read backwards, but that's okay. We'll get to that. When you have left-handed tools specifically for yourself, and then you see a right-handed person try and use them, it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. But yeah. I hate tools because they're made either ambidextrous or they're made for right-handed people. And it sucks because you just have to learn how to adapt. Like, look at these scissors. These are made for right-handed people. Like, you put it in your right hand. Look, it's very comfortable. Like, you know, unfortunately for me, using my right hand, I can't use scissors with my right hand because I'm not that level of ambidextrous. So you just sort of learn how to deal with it. I mean, like, this is very uncomfortable using right-handed scissors with your left hand because the thumb just like jams right up into there and it's very uncomfortable, but you just kind of get used to the discomfort and you just deal with it, and it sucks and whatever. Or you're stuck buying scissors that are ambidextrous or paying through the nose for good quality left-handed items. Sometimes you can buy left-handed items, but the quality is shit. So I just buy good quality ambidextrous ones. These are my fabric scissors. The handle's really small because I also have very small hands, so I like that. But yeah, buying tools, especially power tools, you actually have to be mindful of what you're buying because of where the on-off switch is. Is it going to be easy to turn on and off? Because especially if you're working with wood and you're holding your jigsaw and you're holding your piece of wood just before you turn it on, are you going to be able to work it out? Or do we need to come up with a new way to hold the wood down momentarily while you turn it on with your right hand because the trigger is on the wrong side for you? You know, that's not fun. And that is my life. Tools are not always ambidextrous. And also I have very small hands too, so things are harder for me in general because most, especially power tools in carpentry and such, are made for men. They're just made for men who have like hands twice the size of my own. So I have to contend with that. So, yay. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know if people realize this, but as a left-handed person, and ever since I found out this little statistic, it's like, yeah, okay, noted. I am never, ever going to use a chainsaw. Just nope. Because they are made for right-handed people. And there are people that are left-handed that have tried to use them, and they end up getting badly hurt. And so I'm just not going to use a chainsaw. And people may look at me and say, but Janessa, why would you ever use a chainsaw? Because I'm a girl that likes power tools. And one day I will get out of my very tiny apartment and maybe buy myself an acreage or just a cabin I can go in and enjoy on the weekends. And I'm pretty sure that there would be a tree or two on that rural location that might need some trimming or chopping down. But I kind of like the idea that I can just hire someone to do that for me, because also that's a lot of work that I don't want to do. So yeah, no, never gonna use a chainsaw. I'm like, I don't know if I love or hate that one, but it's It's not gonna happen. No chainsaws. Yeah, like, just certain things I don't like being left-handed are using the escalator. Like, okay, escalator etiquette requires stand on the right, walk on the left. If people that aren't from a city don't know this, get it through your fucking head. If you want to stand on an escalator, you have to do it on the right side. But I don't like holding the rails with things on my right hand, with my right hand, because I don't feel as steady. Comfort thing. Like if I'm climbing stairs, I prefer to like grab a stair rail with my left hand. Like I just do. So it's a little odd going upstairs where you're grabbing the inside rail all the time, or maybe a wall, because people, like, you're also getting in people's way, because there's that whole right left sort of etiquette, and that's irritating. But yeah, also, like, when I'm riding my bike, I don't like to put my foot on the curb because I feel better balance on my left side. So yeah, just certain things like that you're typically see other people do. Pull up to the curb, put their foot on the side of the curb for balance. But no, for me, I prefer to put my left foot down because I feel like I have better balance on that. And personal experience has showed that sometimes I should follow that all the time, because I'm not always steady on my feet and have nearly fallen a couple times just because my right foot decides to say, no, we're not doing this today. I don't know why. It just happens. Yeah. So many things to hate about being left-handed. Learning anything. Oh my god. Learning how to do anything left-handed from other people. No, it sucks. I can't do it. Like, it's backwards. Yeah, learning how to knit. I had to use YouTubes with specific left-handed tutorials because, no, just trying to get my mother to teach me how to knit, no, that's not gonna happen. Learning anything as a left-handed person, you just sort of need to wrap your head around things and do it backwards, and sometimes that's not easy. Like, my life skills are shit, and I don't know anyone that can teach me how to improve how to, I don't know, julienne a carrot. Or dice a carrot, for that matter, because to me, it's backwards, and that's one thing that I just have not been able to flip in my head. Maybe I should YouTube it, but I can't wrap my head around how not to look like I'm about to chop off my fingers when using a knife. Boxing, I learned how to, learning sports. I learned how to kickbox and do karate right-handed because it was just easier to force myself to be ambidextrous in that. Also kind of useful if you know how to actually throw a punch both right-handed and left-handed, because you can change your stance really easily, because you don't need to learn how to do it left-handed once you learn how to do it right-handed. You just, like, it's like Princess Bride. You can just switch. It's great. Just you can switch anytime you want, which can sometimes throw off your opponent a little bit, but most of my classmates knew that I did that, so when we sparred, it wasn't really a big surprise. Not that I sparred outside of class or really punched anyone except my brother outside of class, so that's a different story. It was funny though. Things that I actually do like about being left-handed is that I do think differently, because we have to adapt to the world around us. Because sometimes just turning a doorknob seems complicated in your head, because it's supposed to turn a different way than what your brain wants to make it go. Yeah, didn't think about that, did you? No, everything's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. In my head, it should be lefty-tighty, righty-loosey. Nope, doesn't work that way. So, yes. People want to talk to you about being left-handed. Ooh, you're sinister. Oh, you're left-handed. That's so interesting. Are you so artistic? It's like, yes, I am an artist. You know, did you know Oprah was left-handed? Do you know Barack Obama was left-handed? Do you know Da Vinci was left-handed? Yes, 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 yes. Of course I know the famous people that are left-handed. You know, there's some really famous ones. There's some really cool ones. Madame Curie and Albert Einstein, left-handed. It's cool. So yeah, we think differently. Also, I don't know if this is the same for other left-handed people, but when I was a little tiny kid learning how to write, I wrote in complete mirror image before I learned how to write not in mirror image. I think that's really funny. I wish we had saved some of the notebooks from when I was a little kid and just writing everything completely backwards, because I think that's hilarious. Up until, like, you know, I left school, I could write backwards whenever I wanted to because I kept it up. When I was in high school, I wrote an essay on perception backwards for one of my philosophy classes, and my teacher was not impressed and made me rewrite it. I did not like that. I thought it was funny. He didn't. So I think it's cool that, you know, the only other person I know that wrote backwards is Da Vinci, and I think that's cool. So is it a left-handed trait? I like to think so. To this day, I can still read in mirror image really easily. Like, yeah, no problems. Yeah, what else do I like about being left-handed? Just being odd, different, I don't know. People like to talk about it. Being artistic. Well, I think it's because we're forced to adapt. Also, you know, like, our brains don't think like other people think, because we are using different parts of our brain differently. So other than, like, people liking to talk about being left-handed and think you're artistic and we have a different way of thinking in the world, there isn't a whole lot to love about being left-handed, because everything's not designed for us and it sucks. So this is why we have gin, right? So if you like this, please like and subscribe. I try and post once a week, unless, you know, Da Vinci decides to not render my video and says, no, fuck you, we're not doing this today. Well, so then I play video games for 3 days because I'm stressed and I don't want to deal with this shit. So then we get a new video the following week because we made Da Vinci cooperate. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.